Good afternoon. You are on to Rivers Reports on Wave91.7 FM Port Harcourt. I am Winnie. Welcome. The allegations and counter-allegations over the performance of the project coordinator of the hydrocarbon pollution remediation project, Professor Nini Barini Zabe, in the Ogoni cleanup continues to generate reactions. A group, the Bodo First Initiative, says Professor Zabe has performed credibly well in his leadership of the Ogoni cleanup program. In a statement signed by its president, Kingsley Vigage, the organization said recent allegations circulating against Professor Zabe and HYPREP should not be treated as established fact until appropriate authorities had reviewed the issues in line with due process. The group noted that Professor Zabe had continued to demonstrate competence, professionalism, and commitment in driving the implementation of the Ogoni cleanup project, inspiring confidence in Ogoni land. The Bodo First Initiative also passed a vote of confidence on Professor Nini Barini Zabe and urged him to remain focused on the environmental restoration of the Ogoni land despite the distractions. The organization also called on the people of Ogoni land to remain peaceful, avoid divisive narratives, and continue supporting the successful implementation of the Ogoni cleanup program in the overall interest of the region. Elsewhere, vandals have stolen 10 more light panels of Niger Delta Development Commission NDDC installed solar street lights in OGRA Port Harcourt. Our correspondent observed that the 8 more poles were vandalized yesterday morning after 4 poles were brought down last week. The light panels were taken away on Forces Avenue near the Department of State Services DSS office as well as near Olumeni Road. Similarly, another street light was vandalized at the Abali Park axis of the River State capital. Moving on, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) says it has extended the continuous voter registration exercise in River State by 2 weeks. Our correspondent reports that INEC said the exercise, which was expected to end this Friday, will continue until Sunday, 26th of July. Recall that registration is a daily exercise, including Saturdays and Sundays, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at INEC offices across the state. In a statement, the resident electoral commissioner in River State, Dr. Johnson Alalibo Senikim, said the extension will give more eligible Nigerians, especially those who have just turned 18, enough time to register. That was Rivers Report on Wave 91.7 FM Port Harcourt, compiled by George Ukebu. For reports and inquiries, send a text or call on newsroom line on 0911 347 5147. You can also listen to us on wavefm917.com. For pictures and stories in the news, follow us on Facebook and X at 917WaveFM and at Wave917FM on Instagram and Threads. Remember, Nigeria is our only country. We should join hands to make it great. I am Winnie. Welcome. Good afternoon and thanks for listening. The